Alrighty, everyone, welcome back to the Mode of Anatomy. So, before you guys get mad at me in the community tab on YouTube, how come you didn't post this meet? It was, I don't think it was invite only up to the last night. So one of the hosts is from Doghouse Garage. They sent me the invite. I say, hey, would you like to come out? And I wasn't even sure if I was gonna come out because I was interviewing Ping, and I'll show you guys Ping. EG actually they end up getting invited, and so then they're the ones who brought it up, like, hey, are you gonna go to the Doghouse event? And I was like, oh yeah, I wasn't really planning. For those of you who may not know, and I am walking around the CRX because the gentleman owns the same one. Owns two of them, and the other one in front of him, which is absolutely monster. And I guess all this he does at his own garage, which is pretty sick. But anyways, for those that may not know, I tend to interview somebody on a Saturday and somebody on a Sunday, and I only book somebody one a day because I don't like to be rushing. This is not a business, it's more of an experience. And so what I really like to do is interview somebody, and then after that, let's go have some coffee or eat breakfast. But they brought it up, and I was like, cool, two birds with one stone. And we ended up eating some burgers and burritos, and pretty fun time. And then this is K-Series boosted, and the owner did all of this on jack stands, which is pretty cool. He did all the fab himself as well, so that's pretty dope. So before you keyboard warriors make comments about the welding wasn't done properly or etc., like, this is somebody who's doing it in the back of his he's on his time, and on top of that, and on jack stands in his garage. And I think that's very, very admirable, especially somebody like myself who doesn't even know how to change a tire. So big props to the owner. He owns both of them. One is super clean, the other one had a little bit more scratches here and there, but performance wise is a pretty monster. Also I don't know if you guys caught this, but yep, all-wheel drive. And on top of that, he eventually will go E85. At the moment he's just on pump. But if you guys know, I really don't care about the whole power thing. I think it's cool, but I think this is even better that he's taking it out. A little sketchy in the fact that he's driving it without a hood for two reasons. One, the cop, and two, hopefully I don't jinx it, but nothing goes into that little snail, and God forbid it messes up his work. But maybe he's still working on the hood, I don't know. And then this is super clean Buddy Club wheels. Of course I would mess them up. They're not Buddy Club, they're the K1 Racing. I don't know, I think those are Buddy Club. I've seen those wheels and I like those wheels. I don't know the name. I do apologize if I didn't get the name right. But what is that guy doing over there? Look at Oscar having a good time. Oscar from Team Risk coming out. Super nice. EG, I actually just started liking these wheels, not gonna lie. There's just some specific wheels that I know they've been around for a long time. Wow, look at this interior, absolutely mint. And there's some OG wheels I don't like per se, but it's Miss YEG, okay. But we all come around. Shout out to ET, showing some love to his daily right here. He met us up with Ping. He met us up to the interview, and I thought he was gonna bring up his YAG, but he just decided to take the daily, so big shout out to him. And then this is Ping. This is the gentleman that we interview today, and as you guys can tell, super 90s. This guy has owned the car since 1997, and the things that he's done to his car, they're pretty awesome. Now the car looks like this, but it once did not look like this, and I think it's gonna be pretty exciting for you to see the way it looked. He did send me those pictures. I'm not gonna disclose everything, but I will say at one point in this area there was an MR2 vent. Let's just leave it at that. But honestly, super clean car. You guys are gonna be able to see some of that footage on the interview. It might come out maybe like a week and a half from now. Yeah, thank you, Ping, for making the time. Like an OG, it's definitely an honor to be able to interact with people that have been in the game for such a long time. Like I was telling him, for me, when I hear stories about NWP, I never was on NWP, so ooh, that's nice. I was never in NWP, but I was in Honda Society. But even in Honda Society for Accords, I came to the game late. It was 2010 when I created my profile, and the most, I guess, active people were on. The most active people were was back in 2002. So that should just tell you that I was eight years too late to the game. I like it. I like it.
Killing me.
Just talking to, I believe his name is Derek, and he just added the wing for downforce, and he said he's down for an interview, but eventually he's very anal about his car, and eventually it'll happen. I'm in no rush. I'm just glad to see it, and supercharged K series, if I'm not mistaken, and he's kicking ass with it. And so yeah, I love hearing stories. So he's already done some a little bit testing on the streets. Definitely some people have more cojones than me, and hope he has fun. This Acura's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the yellow just speaks volumes. I love yellow cars. This guy absolutely like the color wheel and color of the car. It just flows very nicely. It's matte. It's gorgeous interior. I mean, something about the EG, right? And then I believe this is natural inspiration or aspiration. I can't remember. Killing it. Love the tire setup that he went with. I might just copy you. 215/45. I'm gonna be stupid and go one more size, one size bigger. Whenever I do end up doing that, but I love the way the car sits. Great job on it, man. Love the blue and the silver on the little decals. It's the little details, man. It's the little details, man. Absolutely love that. If I'm not mistaken, this is Alex with the wheels that he won on a raffle. I don't play raffles because I don't ever win, and maybe that's why I don't win, because I don't play. It's like the chicken and the egg, right? But absolutely gorgeous car. It definitely does justice on his coupe, and it's perfect combination. Now, some of you guys did mention that you guys want me to go a little bit into more detail, like tire size and wheel specs, and yeah, if I can get the wheel specs on some of these wheels, I probably try. But tire size, I can definitely see that, so that's good. And I'll definitely try to do that, because I'm interested too. I mean, there's times that I see cars that I'm like, damn, I wonder what the tire size on that was. And so I hope the owners don't mind that I'm sharing, because I know that's definitely one of the things that that a lot of people don't want to share, because it's almost like they work so hard to get the right fitment, and not everybody's open to sharing that. And so it's okay. I hope they don't get mad, but again, one of the things about Automotive Anatomy is asking the hard questions. And if I ever show your car and you're like, hey man, like please don't show my car anymore, just send me a DM and it won't happen anymore. Because and I don't blame people. I mean, there's a lot of people that, they're invested into this car, not just financially but emotionally, and they just don't want their cars to be shown, and that's okay. But yeah, big shout out to all of you, man. It seems like you guys like me mumbling, and I really appreciate that. Not only is it easier for me, I just feel like I'm having a chat with some of you, and that's why I do it. This is really fun. This is cool for me. Big shout out to Doghouse Garage that made this happen. Impala looking proper. 4-speed manual. Super dope. Color is nice. And then SI with the new release Evo Regal Masters. Let me pick this other line. Let me start from over here. I don't want to miss anybody. But yeah, like I said, big love to everybody who watches the videos. One thing that I find interesting is when and how do you guys watch these videos. And Ping, the guy that I interviewed today, he shared that he's like, dude, for the last week and a half, I've been on traffic, commuting to work, and I have your walkarounds on the radio. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. So I'll have my phone next to it, and then I'll glance a little bit here and there. He's like, I'm stuck in traffic. So I'm listening, and I glance over, you know, a couple cars, see how they are, and I'm like, are you kidding me? That's so cool, you know. Speaking of cool people, this is Jeans, and absolutely gorgeous. I mean, guy's always out, super nice to see at all meets. For those that may not know, he just picked up another show. I was about to say he owns like 5 cars, but I think he owns 6 now. He picked up a shell. I don't know if it's a CRX or a EF. Honestly, I haven't paid attention, but he's gonna be rebuilding that. But the cool thing about it, big shout out to the homie right here with the wagon. He sent me a message. Thank you for coming out. But anyways, regarding Gene, he's working on a CRX. That CRX is like super, you know, confidential and hidden. You know how all those race car boys do it, like, you know, don't tell anybody. But he's working on a Rex. He's working with a few companies, and that one should be absolutely bonkers. He said that, you know, we're gonna have the future in a mode of an enemy, but I'm putting it out there right here, right now. I'm down. But Gene, it ain't gonna happen, my boy, and you know why. We talked about it, but I'm putting it out there. If we can have the release of that amazing CRX, it would be amazing. But we'll see what happens, you know. And I know I've been giving you a hard time, but I would love to have it on the channel. But I think it'll be on the channel, but after 2 or 3 other identities kind of get a first try on it. And anyways, let's leave it at that before I get into trouble. This TLX, absolutely gorgeous. Love the beefy setup. I like the color that he went with, the gunmetal silver. I guess for me, it's very hard to find a color that will match, and the bronze does complete justice. Porsche, you guys know how I feel about the Porsches. Now, don't take this the wrong way, especially the owner if he happens to see this. I'm not a big fan of the Caymans, and I know it's very stupid because really what changes is the rear, and it's the rear that I like on the 911s. Even on the 911s, that's the reason I like the 991s, which is a newer generation, because the light, well, not the newest, but one of the newest. The light is a little bit slimmer than the 997s. And the 997s, you know, they're a little bit thicker. I still like them, but not as much as the 991s, and that's why it's the little things. Well, I guess with those. Obviously, Cayman has less power than the 911s. I understand that. But I guess if I really like the Caymans, I really like the Caymans. I just don't. But that Cayman, long story short, that Cayman looks pretty amazing with the wheel and tire setup. This is dope. The M7 is looking proper with the wheel tire setup. Really nice. Speaking of another Cayman, that's another Cayman. Great cars. I mean, don't get me wrong. Ask me if I've driven one. The answer is no. They're all manual too. They're both manual, so that's pretty cool. Nice little cooler, bro. They're amazing cars. But you know, it kind of goes back to, like, I like certain cars based on the way they look. The EEG, that was the first car I ever wanted. Why? I have no idea. And honestly, I don't think it was because of the Fast and the Furious. I like the hatch on it. I like the bubble look. I remember I used to tell my brother when I still don't know anything about cars, but you know, back then I really didn't know anything about cars. I used to say I want a Civic. I didn't know they were, you know, EG or whatever, but I want the hatchback. I want a white, and I want a black hood. That was my go-to. That's what I wanted. Due to some circumstances, I wasn't confident feeling an EG. Getting an EG, I felt like you would grab a lot of attention from cops and you would get pulled over. And at the time, let's put it this way, I couldn't afford to do that. It wouldn't have been a good time for me. But anyways, now if I ever come across a clean EG, yeah, I'll buy it, no problem. Man, this is so nice. The wheel tire fitment on these cars are perfect. Absolutely gorgeous. Type R, I love it. Would I own one myself? I'm not sure. And then the S2000. S2000, I don't know why they walked away from it. Probably top 5. I mean, top 3 best cars ever made in Honda. This is really nice. because I don't know which ones are the first ones. I don't know if EG or EK will come first. I don't know. I really don't know. Man, this Integra is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So now we're I want to say the white EG over there is also part of Doghouse Garage. So big shout out to Doghouse Garage. I'll put their Instagram so you guys can follow them. A bunch of group of guys who build a whole bunch of rad cars, and you know, they're having fun, they're tracking, they're hosting track events. So absolutely, they know what they're doing. This one has one of the cleanest setups, especially the interior. It's absolutely gorgeous. It'd be really cool. We are in the works of doing something with their shop. I would personally just like to interview one-on-one, just because you get the story of each, you know. But if they're not willing to do that, I'm willing to work with whatever they want, and I can go and do a little Doghouse Garage kind of little event. I'm also cool with that. I'm just so glad that they're kind enough to invite me to come here, and so I really appreciate that. This is the gentleman that sent me the invite. Absolutely gorgeous, ready EF. Look at it. Look at this. Paint is immaculate. The crazy thing is, I track these cars. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that it really is. They track the cars, but the cars look mint. So I don't know how they do that. I guess they know something that I don't know, you know. So this is absolutely gorgeous. Cars are looking really proper. This S2000 has one of the meatiest tire setups, and 255/40/17. It just works. They get tucked there nicely. Cockpit is completely driver focused. I mean, S2000s, Honda just nailed it. Honda nailed it with the S2000s. There's just nothing I can say about it. Absolutely gorgeous. And I don't know why they walked away from it. I just don't understand. Something I wouldn't walk away from is this super clean hatch. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I remember one of you guys DM me or post a comment. Can you do more close-ups of the engine base? Yes, that's what it was. Not the wheel tires. That's been me. I've been looking at wheel tires, but you guys did made a comment. Can you go more into detail about the setup that they have on their engine departments? So I will. And this thing is absolutely gorgeous. And then we got Impala and some juice cruising by, which is pretty dope. And I mean, that's what it's all about, man. This is Southern California. You know, we get lowriders and Hondas, and we're here for the cars, you know. I appreciate that. Let's go. Makes me want to get an Impala. Like I've said it before. Big shout out to the homie Steve. If you guys don't know, Steve has two wagons. One's on Jews and an Impala that he's probably never going to finish because this fool's messing around with the Honda Civics too much. I'm always hating on Steve, and the reason why I'm always hating on him is because I keep telling him, just drive the damn cars, just have it and finish Impala. But nope, this guy's picky. Look at this fender wheel. Wow, absolutely gorgeous. I believe this is Brandon. Brandon has a K series in this hatch. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous. They're making fun of John. John is the owner of that Impala because John is on bags, and he's coming in with the hydros. So they're like, he's coming for you, John. That's funny. This is Mark's. Mark has a ITR motor inside. Pretty nice. Love the interior. Absolutely gorgeous. Lowrider culture, where you at? Major plug. If you guys don't know, check out Lowrider culture. It interviews lowrider owners. Very similar to Automotive Anatomy. Why? Because he's my brother. And two, so we kind of bounce ideas off of it. So he's been doing that, and I think it would just be cool to show some support and learn about lowriders. I think I got everybody. If I missed your car, I do apologize. I know some of you guys left early as I was having a chat with Gene. Gene, thank you so much for taking the time and explaining to me tire sizes, because You know, I'm noob and I don't know anything about tire sizes and nor anything for that matter. And just want to say thank you. And so I think this is definitely going to be the end of the video. Big shout out to Doghouse Garage, and thank you for the invite, and looking forward to I'm gonna try. I'm definitely gonna try to make it out to your track day that you have next month. We'll see if I can make it, just due to time and scheduling. But like I said, big shout out to everybody, and we are out.